been awesome. Best episode ever.
I mean, I'm like, I got to record, and I started to hover over the hang up button on Skype, so that would have been perfect.
And I repeat that would have been the best episode ever.
Welcome to Men in Red Tights. We are talking about Daredevil, Season 1, Episode 9, and Episode 10. Hopefully we'll remember what these two are about, because we're kind of getting there. We're only 5 episodes from the end at this point.
And I'm reticulating Jack Wingrosky.
And kind of repeating Jack Wingrosky, too, I think. And I'm repeating Ron Southgate.
I'm not even alliterating in the right way.
Right. And how about you?
Oh, man. So am I alliterating a little?
Oh, nice.
Hey, we're off to a good start.
I think that's the best we've ever done for not only our Patreon subscribers, but for everybody else. So
this actually could be the best episode ever.
No, we're done. Thanks, guys, for listening.
Thanks, everybody. That was worth your 50 cents. All right. Let's talk about it. First episode, Episode 9, Speak of the Devil. Please tell me, Jack, that you watched it.
No, I didn't. You know, because part of the responsibility of having a podcast is actually not watching anything.
Well, it's not like you haven't done it before, though.
Oh, that's true. We all haven't done.
Yeah, don't get all superior here, Jack. Wait a minute.
We haven't done many things, Alil and Rob.
Yes, before we all start pointing
fingers. What are you guilty of? Insert now.
Well, wait a second.
Wait, did you say insert?
Nobody said anything about inserting.
Welcome to Live at the Blue Box.
Hey-o. What kind of show is that? I'm way too far away.
Are you kidding me that you don't know what This Week in Geek is, the show that we were talking about? Have you never listened to Live at the Blue Box?
Not once.
Oh, you're a putz. You're the worst.
That's all right, Jack. I don't listen to it either.
I listen to
and
you
you're
guys.
there. That's really bad.
I listen to you guys enough, huh? I'm starting to wonder which one is you and which one's me. So
I don't even need to be here anymore. You could just be me. I could be doing something useful with my time.
Yeah. No, please. So, Jack, what it is? Are we talking about that? What are we talking about?
We're talking about Daredevil Episode 9.
We do a bunch of different shows out there, and one of the shows is called This Week in Geek, and we just kind of roll through the geek news, and I get booed, and Lil gets it wrong a lot. It's awesome.
Well, I don't remember being wrong.
Ryan Reynolds is not awesome. Wrong!
That's your opinion. Everybody at Comic-Con after that Deadpool trailer will disagree.
Everyone.
Now, are you saying that he's bad, that he's not good, and then you say not? Or are you saying he's just not good? I don't understand.
Here goes Jack. I am now in a doctoral program. I'm going to correct you on your use of the English language.
No, I would actually correct you on your diction. But that.
Oh, wait. Hold on. Let me zip it up. So, okay.
All right.
Let's get into this thing.
Sounds like we already have. You're in a foul mood tonight.
Oh, it's so great. I'm so aggressive. So we've got a red ninja. Did you guys know it was Nobu from the beginning?
I totally knew. Like, even before he appeared, I'm like, dude, it's Nobu.
I didn't know it was Nobu until when he was talking to Fisk. I'm like, oh, he's the red ninja.
No, I'm lying. I had no idea.
But Lil, did you know?
Yeah, I figured it was him. I didn't...
Is it because he's Asian? Are you racist?
No, but yes.
Is Asian okay?
Yeah, Asian's okay. That's the one that's okay.
I can't keep track of it anymore. Like by next week, it's going to be something completely different.
Right. Just be careful. You don't want to offend a Lil because he's got relatives in every country and race. So
kind of do.
Oh,
but
you do? I was actually right for once.
I do have I have relatives in a lot of countries.
Are you an octoroon?
I don't know what that means.
That means you're 1/8 black.
No.
Interesting. Racist. Okay, so
way to go there.
Yeah, way to step in that one a little. So the Red Ninja. Oh, wait, I got something before we get started.
We've been talking for 10 minutes.
No, this is important. One of our fans, who is a subscriber on Patreon, Spider-Man 360, which you gotta love the name, right? Wrote in and told me, but I was the one that got it, that the big dude at the end of the Stick episode, remember the big guy that Stick went up and like was talking to, and we're like, who is that?
Right.
He told us who it is. Do you know who it is?
No, tell us.
He said in the credits, the character's name is Stone. So it's Stick and Stone.
May break my bones, but names will never hurt me.
All right,
like
that's licensed. You might want to be careful with that.
Is
there a character named Stone? Stone Phillips.
There is now.
There's the Stone Ponies.
I don't know.
That's like asking if there's a character named Stick. I don't know.
Right. I just typed in Stone, Marvel Comics. Lil, you're supposed to be on all of this.
Okay, I'm sorry.
It says
if Stone was in Spider-Man, he would be all over it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm on Meekrat right now watching U2. No, I'm sure.
Wait a minute. Okay, there are 3 in the Marvel Universe. Stone, number 1, first appeared in Daredevil, number 187. Stone was the favored pupil of Stick. So this is a character. We didn't know. He is a member of the Chaste and a highly trained martial artist and assisted his sensei against the hand. Like the other members of the Chaste, Stone is deeply advanced in the art of chi manipulation. An offshoot of this is his ability to render himself invulnerable to physical harm, but only if he sees it coming.
I pay like $60 a half hour to get my chi manipulated.
That's not your chi.
It's like a chiropractor, same thing.
Yeah, right. It says something dealing with Elektra. I'm just skimming over this. Daredevil found him still battling the hand in the miniseries Daredevil Ninja. So, and he had something to do with Black Widow too. All right.
But didn't it seem like it was the other way around? Like, this is not the favored pupil of Stick. This is like Stick is reporting to him.
Well, it seemed like it, but think about it. The guy seemed a lot younger than Stick. So maybe he was a pupil. Maybe he has surpassed him in some way.
He became the master.
Yes.
Or maybe
the
he's
pupil
just
has become the master.
Or maybe he's just sitting there and they're just like having that talk, but he's flexing his back muscles.
You know
what?
Like
I do normally. Like I'm doing right now.
Yeah. I can only imagine.
So much back muscle.
Did you say
have
hair?
Have we talked at all about the show?
No, we haven't.
Those are skin tags. Wait a minute. Okay.
You were obsessed
gross.
with tags.
Skin tags are so gross, man. And I got one right here on my neck. It's gross. I'm going to get that burned off at the podcast marathon.
I think they call that lancing.
Wouldn't that be the first time? You know, like they always have like first time a guy got a vasectomy on the radio, and like you read about it in the history books, you know, right next to George Washington. This is the first time.
Does that happen?
Yeah, Steve Dahl had a vasectomy on the air.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
I should have done that for our podcast.
You want to do that?
I already have.
He complained about it for like the next 2 weeks too.
I'm done, man. I'm a eunuch.
Hey, is there a Unicon?
Let's go.
We could send you to that. That would be awesome.
I'm down. Let's go.
Wow. So what about the show?
Yeah, so you're Stick No Stones.
This episode, it's great. It's great. We're seeing Wilson Fisk take more of a villain role. Love it.
You skipped over such a good joke. Yes, we are.
We're leaving no stone unturned.
So Ben and Matt meet in this episode.
Yes.
So that's a good thing. I mean, like that part. Let's talk about it. Let's do that. Let's talk about the elements of the story rather than trying to go through it. So Ben meets Matt. All that seemed like it moved very quickly in these last couple episodes. First, Foggy, met Ben through Karen, and then boom, right away we've already got him interacting with Matt. Is this the one where Matt goes to him as Daredevil?
Yes. This is at the end of the other episode, and he's kind of recapping, look, Daredevil gave me this, and it was the thumb drive that he gave him to print out, and so he's bringing that paperwork.
Oh, was that? Wait, did he meet? So he met Matt, or he met the Daredevil in the last episode?
Right. It was at the very end. It was like the rainstorm. He was fumbling for his keys.
Yes.
He reaches down to get them, and it's dang. He thought he was going to just get shot in the back of the head by this guy, and life's over.
Right.
But they have the conversation, and so for the very first time, Ben starts to believe that maybe the devil of Hell's Kitchen is not so bad.
Right. But then it was this episode when Matt walks in and Ben is talking to Foggy and Karen, and Matt now has met Ben.
Yes.
And he makes the reference to Daredevil coming in and seeing him, the Devil of Hell's Kitchen.
Absolutely.
All right, now I got it.
So actually, I did see it. So there.
Right.
I'm having to explain it to you, and Alil is just flabbergasted. He's speechless without words.
Yes.
I am.
He's
I
looking up
really-
skin tags on the internet right now.
Good
Not
God,
really.
let that go. That's gross.
I
I'm gonna
know,
throw
man.
up.
You bring it up all the time, even at the blue box.
Whenever you finally see a psychiatrist, I do not want to be there.
I've
Yeah,
already
no.
figured it out, Jack.
What
I
is it?
figured it out.
What's that?
His grandma dropped him on his head like 3 or 4 dozen times.
No,
and
it was
then
one time. You heard that story at the Blue Box.
I know, but I'm exaggerating. I know it was one time, but
it was one time.
It really was more.
She felt guilty forever about that.
And then his dad used to put him in the trunk in his car seat.
No, he had a
around.
Corvette. It had a back seat, but like there's no seat belts, and they drive around and I just roll around like a sack of potatoes back there,
slamming his head against each of the sides.
Yep.
Hey, you want to hear a great like old timey story? I was into body piercing like way before anybody else was. So
I don't want to
This
know when
was-
you got pierced, man. I don't.
this was in the 60s, and my brother was changing my diapers. My brother is about 9 years older, and so he was doing it and changing, and he finishes up, and I'm just crying, and I won't stop crying, and he just can't figure out what's going on until he figures out that the pin from the diaper had gone through my skin.
Ah.
And he still tells the story. I think he likes that story. But yeah, so I was into body piercing like way ahead of schedule. I'm a trendsetter. I just want you to know that. Rob's been dropped on his head. I set the trend of body piercing.
Now wait, where was it pierced?
It's well, I mean, I can only imagine somewhere around the hip where we would.
Okay,
put,
I was hoping it wasn't like a Prince Albert or something.
No, that would be really gross. It's like skin tags. You're just going way too far.
Okay, wait. It's Patreon. I can say this story. So, my friend,
Well, it's good that you thought that out.
I did have to stop for a second.
Wait a minute.
But I had a friend who, or I have a friend still, but he lived in a house with these guys, and the one guy. Okay, so my friend comes back from the army. It's not you, Jack, and his friend goes like they're kind of catching up, and he's like, "Wow, man, you got a lot of new piercings." He had like ear, nose, tongue. Then he goes, "Yeah, I got my nipples," and then it's like, "Ew," and then he goes, "And I got a Prince Albert," and he showed him. My friend's like, "What the?" And you guys know what that is, right?
Yes.
Yes.
My
Yeah, we don't
friend
have
has
to
one
explain
and
that.
did the same thing to me.
It's disgusting. And then he said, "Now wait, it gets worse." My friend is like, first of all, don't show me. That's disgusting. And second of all, why? And the guy says, "Well, I had this cool idea. I'm going to get my my sphincter pierced, and then I'm going to put a chain running from my ear across my nose, through my cheek, through my lip, down my nipples, all the way to my sphincter." What? What kind of plan is that? Like, we're trying to plan for college, and that's what this guy's plan is.
Well, like, think of it. It'd be like a great light switch. Like, you got to go to the bathroom or something, and you just pull the chain. It's like the old little flush mechanism, because, before, like, toilets had the
It
little
was
floor
the
mount.
flusher, the plunger thing.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be
Gross.
awesome.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm so going to do that tomorrow.
so
Not.
that's what you're paid for, Patreon. That story
There you go.
right there.
So I took it from a nice innocent baby story and you being dropped on your head to, like, some weird skin
How
tag.
weird is that, man? This is the
Dude.
same guy that on Halloween, they lived in a farmhouse.
Yeah.
And it was kind of abandoned. It was the end of this dirt road. And on Halloween, every year, all the teenage kids would come riding up, like, ooh, the scary farmhouse. And this guy got his nickname was Wheat. Okay. So that's all I knew him as was Wheat. I don't know what his real name was. But Wheat got really upset by this. So one year he just went out. The guy had guns. My friend didn't know he had guns. Guy has guns in the house. He said he just all of a sudden tears out with his big old gun. All he's wearing is underwear and combat boots. And he goes out and he starts shooting in the air trying to scare the kids. What kind of psycho, Alil, was that?
Not me, because I don't have any guns.
All right,
but
Wheat.
sure.
Okay, Wheat.
I have to say, nothing was pierced or dropped in that story, so I say we move on.
Let's
Yes.
move on. That was Stone. So anyway, okay. I don't want to talk about the specifics. I want to talk about one very specific thing.
I was like, I don't want to talk about Daredevil. Let's talk about something else.
I want to talk about one of the most awesome things I've ever seen. The Red Ninja on fire. How awesome was that?
That was
very
pretty cool.
Did you guys expect that? I mean, like, you see the gasoline, you see he's gonna, you know what's gonna happen, but to see him like start fighting him while he's on fire was fantastic.
Dude, that was awesome.
It was unbelievable. How about the fact that Fisk set it all up too?
Well, it was it was like, what did the Daredevil said something about the being an obvious trap and blah blah blah, but the Red Ninja says, "Well, you're here."
Right.
So everybody knows, but the fact that is,
yeah, but the trap was for the Red Ninja. It was for all of it. That's what's incredible about it. Like, yeah, Daredevil fell for the trap, and the Red Ninja thought, okay, obviously you fell for this trap, but no, it was the Red Ninja was in the trap.
Right. Well, it kind of it keeps everything in play and balance, but maybe the thought process maybe is that that nobody comes out alive.
Yeah.
And it solves all sorts of problems, because as soon as you get rid, and if you're Fisk and you're thinking clearly like a master criminal would, that as soon as you're done with the one person that you couldn't control, and now you've got that guy, you really don't want the other guy hanging around either.
Right.
So, it's classic Daredevil, classic Peg.
Classic.
It was awesome.
It was, and I love the way how they do that throughout the scenes. Like, they chopped it up throughout the episode.
Yes. Yeah, the way you saw
awesome.
a little bit at the beginning, and you saw him, first scene, you see him use the blade and slice Daredevil up.
Right.
And then when you saw him the second time, isn't the second time when he caught him with the blade and yanked him back? It was like, whoa.
Yeah, and he did this, like, and Matt gets some strength. He, like, gets the guy square in the chest, and that just, like, really makes Red Ninja mad. It's like, well, you're a very worthy opponent, but I'm done with you now.
Yeah, right.
And that's when
It'll be an
escalates.
honor to kill you.
Right.
Oh.
Dude, this had, like, some of the best lines of the series.
It did, man.
All over. We'll go on to that, but some other quotes, and opening the trunk, before the Fisk has kind of goaded Matt into coming back out when he really has been under the radar for a while.
Yes.
But he opens up the trunk, and there's all his dad's stuff sitting on top.
Did you guys think it was going to end up that we were going to see the yellow, because that's where he got the yellow outfit, was by cutting up his dad's old robe?
I didn't think so at this point.
But we didn't see it.
We don't even have... the reason I don't think the yellow is going to come up for a bit is, well, two reasons. I haven't, gone much, I didn't do the, the kind of look on kind of thing, but...
What the hell did that mean?
Well, I didn't see, like, all the episodes at once.
Okay.
So I
haven't either. I don't know what's going to happen.
But here's the reason that I don't think it is, because we haven't even got to the red outfit yet.
Yeah, but the yellow happens first.
Right. It does in the comics.
But Lil, just tell me, he doesn't wear the yellow in this, correct? You've watched the end. You could just tell me yes or no. This is not spoiling anything.
No.
Okay, that doesn't spoil anything. I didn't.
So we haven't got there yet.
We've
just ran up to me.
That's me.
Would you have sauerkraut tonight?
We've got a 134 in progress.
Honey, get the kids. Cops are coming.
Maybe.
They heard that last comment.
Little Patreon bonus.
There you go.
You were here when they caught the Elgin Strangler.
Thanks. Make me sound so violent.
Well, I was going to say something else, but
well, you think I have guns and now I strangle people and
you're an octoroon. It's very strange.
Maybe you don't strangle people.
Oh, that's how they all start, killing animals.
No, I wasn't thinking animals.
I know what
he's strangling.
Hey-o.
Yes. Thanks for joining 20 minutes later.
You know what? I'm thinking about Daredevil. I don't have my mind in the gutter like you guys. Okay, so I don't want to talk about the ending yet. The ending's so awesome. I don't want to talk about the ending yet. What did we miss in this one?
Well, so many things, like the whole thing about, does the devil exist? And one of my favorite parts.
Oh yeah, the stuff with the priest. This was interesting. Now this, once again, right out of the comics.
Oh yeah. And when he's, do you believe in the devil? And he thinks, so that's no. And the priest just looks right at him and says, am I done talking?
Yeah.
was like, that was cool.
That was fantastic.
He just put down the Daredevil, like, dude, that was cool.
Yeah, that was good. Yeah, I liked the stuff with the priest. The other thing was, this scene was very tense. Matt going to Vanessa's gallery, and then Fisk shows up. What would your boyfriend say about this? Well, you can ask him. Were you guys like dying when that happened? I was. I was. I don't know about you guys, but I was really tense through this scene.
Yeah, it was tense. I mean, like nothing can happen at this point. It's like way too public. There's no connection been made.
Things can happen. Fisk is smart. He can figure it out because I know in the comics, he figures it out. And it could have just been the fact that Matt was there. He knows who Matt is. He knows he's a lawyer, and he's irritated by this man in the black mask.
Right.
And I thought something's going to tip him off here, but instead it was just Matt wanted to beat the crap out of him and got the heck out of there.
Well, it could lay the groundwork. It could be one of the things at the beginning of Fisk connecting the dots, which is important. Yeah. But the thing that I really liked was the fact that he went there not to find a reason to kill Fisk, but a reason not to kill Fisk. Yes. He's so wrapped up in this thing. If I kill Fisk, I'm going to be I'm the bad guy.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't see that there's, in any religion that there's not, if you kill Satan, that, that you're going to hell or you're damned for all eternity. That there is
that's what he was questioning. Where is the line?
Yeah.
I think that's the charm of this series, because this is what they're dealing with. Both people who are on the same track. One goes over the line and one won't.
Right.
And I love the talk that he had with the priest.
Yeah. Well, and ultimately they both are fighting for the same goal. It's just Fisk's is so warped.
Right.
It's really, really well done. That's we've talked about how much we love this show. That's it right there, man. There are big things going on here. Much bigger ideas than, hey, guy in a red suit beats up fat guy.
Right. Well, and now that Fisk has been great at moving into the political realm.
Yes.
He's gotten himself out there. But here's the thing, is he can't completely operate under the radar anymore because there is this public presence.
Yeah, but does he need to now? He doesn't need to.
I think he does. Even with the tenement thing, it was risky because the first thing that they asked him, are you not now the owner of that building? And, he got out of it, but he had to get out of it in a very public forum, and he was very clever in twisting it. But it could have also gone the other direction.
Yeah, it could have.
It just didn't.
So how about that? He has that Elena stabbed to death by a junkie. That was pretty crazy. I mean, she shows up and she's like, I'll work with you guys. The next scene, she's dead. And she was stabbed to death by a junkie.
Well, the fact that she was ready to take a payment, they had plenty of cash, and Foggy and Karen had talked her out of it. And, theoretically, yes, it was Fisk, but they risked her life. Obviously,
Definitely. They knew the stakes too. That's the thing that really sucked about that. They knew the stakes, and Matt was trying to warn them, and they wanted nothing to do. They're like, you stay there, you stand up. It's like, yeah, you're not dealing with somebody that you can be idealistic with. You need to watch every angle with this guy.
And I like the drunk scene between Karen and Foggy, and this is just so terrible. And it's, you can't fight this kind of guy that's in the shadows all the time.
Right.
And, but it was just very interesting that, they translate this very well, I think, to Comic Land, because these are very, very similar things to within the comics that, in true life, in this situation, don't turn out so well.
Right.
In real life, probably people would have figured out who Aunt B was years ago, and she would have had, real life problems.
Wait a minute. I didn't know Aunt B was a supervillain.
No, but the
she
fact
made bad
that
pickles, though. I know that.
No, the fact that she's Spider-Man's aunt, and
That's
therefore
Aunt
would
May.
be
Aunt
exposed.
May is from Andy Griffith.
Oh, I meant Aunt May.
I don't know if Aunt May made bad pickles.
I'm going home. Oh wait, I'm home.
You're already there.
Aunt May.
Actually, that was for your benefit, but I said Aunt B. I must have had like whistling in my head.
Oh my god.
All right.
That's what I get for going down the Spider-Man hole.
We gotta gross.
It's very deep.
Ew, even grosser. Okay, so we got to talk about the very ending before we move into the next episode. Okay, wait a minute. I also loved when Daredevil escaped after he fought with Fisk. Then he throws the club and hits Wesley's gun, and he's out the window. So we're seeing this club action ever since the Stick episode. The clubs are part of the game, which is awesome. Awesome. I always love that in the comics, how he had the cane and it became the clubs. Just fantastic. But this is the episode when he's cut up and Foggy hears something in his apartment and he opens the door and kicks the body there. And he thinks it's the Man in Black. Like, what's going on here? And he pulls the mask and it's friggin' Matt. That was amazing. I didn't think it was happening here. Did you guys? Well, I mean, Lil, you've seen it now, but when you first saw it, did you know that Foggy was going to figure it out here? I know Foggy at some point has to figure it out, but I was pretty shocked.
I figured it happened in season 1, and with Foggy playing such a integral role in this investigation, and Matt playing that opposing, like just
Yes.
Stay away, don't do anything. They were gonna come to a head at some point. Yeah, and it had to have been here.
Well, there it was. I was surprised at where it happened. It took me, as soon as Foggy was knocking on that door, I knew what was about to happen. I was like, oh, this is where it is. But wow, I was taken by it. I thought it was cool.
I didn't think it would happen this early.
Yeah, it seems a little early, but it doesn't. But it does.
Or we're already 10 hours in.
Yeah, it's not enough. I'm ready for season 2.
I mean, have you ever watched, like, when I was little, you didn't get to watch
Jack,
TV.
you're still little.
Well, in some ways. But, back in the day, you didn't get a TV in every room. You had the one TV outside, and nobody under the age of 40 got to watch the channel.
Right.
You said TV outside.
What they wanted. No, there wasn't. Yeah, there was one TV, and when I was little, it wasn't even in color. It was like, okay, well, maybe we can afford the color one, eventually or something. But
what kind of world was this? Jeez,
black and white world.
Black and white world. But here's
Hitler
the thing:
had just been defeated.
When you got home from
time.
school, Mom had control of the TV, not the kids. And you didn't get to eat chicken nuggets for every meal. And there was General Hospital on every channel. You couldn't come home and not see General Hospital. And I tell you, I don't think I watched that show for 20 years. And then I was like flipping through the channels, and there it was. And I swear to God, they were still working on the same plot. It's like these shows go through plots like so fast, and they run out of material, where shows like General Hospital.
It's the same storyline for 20 years.
Yeah, Luke and Laura are just coming back together. It's like, what?
Luke and Laura.
Yeah, and now Foggy has already figured out who Matt is. I mean, come on.
Yeah. So that's just it. Season 1, episode 10, Nelson versus Murdoch. This is, this one we're not going to have as much to talk about, even though there was awesome stuff in it. But it was basically just Foggy coming to grips with the fact of what's been going on for this entire relationship.
I like that. Oh, go ahead, Jack.
Oh, I was going to... No, you're probably going to be more concise about it, but I was just going to say I love the room of people with foaming mouths.
Oh, yeah.
that was awesome.
What I was going to say is I love their discussion, and I loved when Foggy figured out that, like, Matt knew every time he was telling a lie and how angry he got at that part.
Well, yeah, and then what's the next flashback? But them in college. Like, you saw all those moments, and you're like, oh my gosh, no wonder he's freaking out.
Yep.
I was a big fan of this episode. I know I had heard another podcast talk about it. I try not to listen too carefully because I don't want to be spoiled, but I did listen to one where they were talking about the season, and this was the episode that they didn't like. And I kept it, and they didn't like Foggy, and I'm like, okay, is this going to be the episode where I all of a sudden don't like Foggy? Quite the opposite. I love Foggy in this. I love this story. I thought this whole thing was cool.
I think it furthers the whole storyline. It has to get you where we know we want to go, that Foggy is in the know, right? Yeah. And at some point you have to get there, and I think people are trying to deny that, but if in fact that they're not liking this, but I don't know what else to say.
Can I say that at this point in the show, in my notes, is where I wrote, oh, hey, that other guy's name was Stone. So I might have been
like, hey,
it might have either been, I don't know if I was looking at my phone during this part or if it just hit me like, oh yeah, that guy's name is Stone, but this is where I wrote it.
That wasn't your phone.
Yeah. Oh boy. So
I did love Foggy's goatee. I swear to God, every time I see him, I think of what's his name? He's in the movie. He's this dude I sharded. He's dead now.
Oh, Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Yeah, I don't know why, but I mean early Seymour,
like when he was.
Yeah, he does, and but all the early college movies where he's always a little high and drunk and
right
and sharded, and that just reminds me of Foggy. Only I think Foggy's like a more likable kind of character.
Yeah, Foggy has a genuine kindness to him.
Right. Whereas Seymour Hoffman was kind of like the brash college guy. This is like the guy that partied a little, but he's still cool.
Yeah. I liked, I wrote down a couple of quotes right from the beginning just because I thought it was really funny how Foggy said this when he was talking about the night nurse. And he said, that nurse is the one that stitched you up. Man, Matt looked like Frankenstein in this scene. But he's like, yeah, that nurse stitched you up. He goes, she's hot, by the way. And then he stops and he goes, are you even really blind? I was like, that's fantastic. Like, oh, wait, you picked the hot nurse because you're not even blind.
I even like from the last episode where somebody was a Karen that holds up the newspaper and Foggy just says, he can't see that, right? I love those little, he always feels like he has to remind people that the guy's blind.
I got one more fantastic Foggy moment when he was going through his thing about, do you know I'm lying and all this, and he just stops and he goes, can you read my mind? I was like, that is so great. Like, he can't even grip this whole thing, and Matt's just like, look, what else was I gonna say? I got superpowers after I got hit with chemicals. Like Matt is very logical about it, but Foggy's just like, can you read my mind? That's great.
Because he's Foggy.
Yeah.
Foggy is awesome.
Oh, well, you're being awfully quiet about this. Are you playing on your computer or something?
No, you guys are saying everything. I don't want to interrupt. You're actually having a good conversation about the show we're talking about.
That's a first.
Yeah,
we should have done this on Nuff Said. That's never happened.
It's not like my family. When two people are having a conversation, people don't cut in. But yeah, when I get home, it's like 3 or 4 people at a time. It's awesome.
Yeah. And, we didn't talk that in the college scene, they hinted at Elektra.
I was just going to say, they dropped the line about the Greek girl, which the girl that's been cast is not Greek unless they're doing like a half Greek. Half Greek,
that's what I think
they're
going to do. That's what I think it's going to do. That's what
like her dad's Greek, or she was adopted into a Greek family or something.
When I was in Switzerland at the Montreux Jazz Festival,
I was there with you, Jack.
Oh yeah, you were.
Yeah.
But actually, were you with me in the pool with the guitar player?
Ew.
Well, we weren't naked, but there were a lot of others that were.
Gross.
But we were talking to this girl that was half Greek. And her dad was Greek, and her mom was a Valley girl from California.
What?
And, oh my God, she was the most beautiful. She had like olive skin. There wasn't a blemish on her entire body. And when I say entire body, I am not joking. There was not a blemish on her entire body. And the accent was undescribable.
Really?
It was like, yes, it was like talking to a Valley girl with this beautiful Greek accent. And my mind was just flipping out.
Yeah,
so,
I wasn't there for that.
If she's half Greek, and you know how I love the original Elektra series,
yes,
it's like that and the Hulk are the only comics I physically still own. But yeah, if that's the case, I'm going to quit my job and just follow Elektra like a disciple. That's it. I'm
all right. Done. Well, yes, there is a girl cast as Elektra, and she does not look Greek. She looks kind of Asian, but she's...
well, forget that whole story than I said then.
I think we will. I'm really creeped out about you and the guitar player, but that's all right.
Yeah, well,
I don't know. I don't know how to process these stories tonight.
I know.
They're just.
I like
we
how we
were
forgot I was
wearing
there, but he's like, I was with this guitar player.
Well,
Yes,
We were
forgot.
skiing on the slopes.
well, you just like inserted yourself into my story, and I'm like, you weren't in the pool.
No, but I was there. I was at the Montreux Jazz Festival with you.
Yes, you were.
Unless you went a second time.
No, but I was wearing clothes. I'm just saying.
In the pool?
Yeah,
What?
well,
Swim
shorts,
trunks. Yeah.
swim trunks. But the Europeans do not in that particular pool.
Huh. You know what? I really hope everybody that was in that jazz band with us was wearing clothes at all times because gross.
I can guarantee you that one of the trombone players was not.
Oh, no.
Oh yeah, don't you remember? No, we won't worry about that.
Was it the one that looks like Baby Huey?
Yes.
Ew.
Yes.
He's the one that used the bidet and was like really proud of it.
He actually,
I like the bidet, but he did other things to it. It's disgusting.
Yeah. He streaked one of the hallways, and his roommate locked him out. It's freaking awesome.
Remember that? How gross.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you have no idea, man.
I'm glad I don't have an idea. I
no
don't
idea.
want it.
Think about Baby Huey streaking and doing like high kicks. That's what we were experiencing. The guy was like 24, and he was like, oh, I just can't even go any further. Yuck.
All right, so let's talk about Karen and Ben in this episode.
Yes, please.
And
not Jack and his pool buddy.
Yeah, because I mean, I just think it's crazy, like how she manipulated Ben here, and
when she took him to the Did you think that was a little weird how she did that too?
Yeah.
Well, she's been getting stronger. I mean, she's calling
weird.
She's calling people out. Like when Matt was trying to call him down, to calm them down, she called him out.
And what use is it? She's like, this is Fisk's mom. It's like, okay, great, but he cannot afford to put his wife there. And what's he going to use? His wife as a chip in this game? No. Why didn't she just say, look, I want you to come meet somebody with me? So she was as bad as Fisk with the manipulation here. It's weird, man. It's weird.
No,
Are we supposed to think that, or do you think we're supposed to be like, oh no, Karen is like awesome? Every Karen's awesome.
I think it's one of those things where everybody it maintains everybody has a dark side. We on some things we feel for Fisk. And that's part of Hell's Kitchen. The fact that Fisk loves that city and will do anything for that city. The only thing is everything he does for the city is wrong and evil. And it's like but he vehemently believes that he is doing right. And Karen, who's been, she's been abused by the system. All these things have happened to her. And she's trying to get back, but she's willing to do anything to further her cause. And that's, where there's devils, there are angels.
Right.
And I think that's part of it is this just says Karen is not exempt. I don't think we've gotten to that point where Foggy is not exempt. And I think we'll get to there at some point.
What did you guys think of seeing the first night he went out as Daredevil? A lot of silence. I thought it was awesome. Did you guys like that?
I liked it. It was cool.
Yeah, I mean,
I thought there'd be more of a reaction. I thought that whole thing. I thought the band across his eyes was cool. The fact that he was like all he had was a hoodie and like black jeans. Like he didn't have his outfit in any way down yet.
No.
And the fact that like it was this kid being abused by her dad that drove him out there into the night. I thought it was fantastic. Oh, it was a hard scene to watch, too, until you saw him beating the crap out of him. Then you're like, this is really violent, but this is the guy. Just keep beating on him.
Yeah. And it's funny because Matt's the one that doesn't want to take this to, like, this is all okay, but as long as I don't murder somebody.
Right. And the guy had to use a breathing tube for a month. Holy cow.
But he didn't kill him. It's like, well, that's still wrong. Just because you draw the line doesn't make, the wrong any wronger.
Right. Yeah.
Or righter. How do you like those for proper?
All right. I don't know. I'm still like really spinning from the Jack in a pool with the guitar player. Okay, I got a question.
Yes.
Who poisoned everybody at the party?
Madame Gao.
Yep.
That's what I thought too.
It was Gao and what's his face?
I think they're working for Hydra.
Wait, Gao and who? It wasn't. It wasn't
count.
Owlsley.
Yeah, I
no,
think
because he took the drink, and after it happened, he didn't drop it like knowingly. He dropped it like, oh crap, I took one.
He looked fishy the whole time.
Or Owly.
Watch it again. He looked fishy. I mean, I don't know for sure. He looked fishy the whole time.
Wow. Is Vanessa dead?
I'm not going to tell you. Watch the next episode.
Jack, what do you think?
I didn't watch the next episode.
So what do you think? I didn't watch it either. What do you think?
I don't think she's dead. I think it's
she was
too
frothing
soon
at the mouth, and everybody was like falling over. I think she might be dead. I think this might make Kingpin into Kingpin. We've only got, 3 episodes left?
Yeah.
He's got to snap. Either that or he's going to retain this, smoldering grow into the next season, but I don't think so. I think he's going to snap, and I think this might have been it.
Well,
because he's got to take on Gao's people. He's got to, all hell's got to break loose here.
yeah, but I'm not real deep on Daredevil history, not at all, but isn't that
No,
he
you
and
thought
Vanessa,
Aunt B was in it.
Well, there you go. But that was Spider-Man. Anyway. But anyway, the point I was making at the time was what? Oh, that he and Vanessa at some point, aren't they supposed to have kids? And there's this whole soprano type relationship that they render. So that's why I'm not thinking that.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, if it follows that, but I don't know if they will. I don't know if they'll go that way or if they'll allow this, to be something different.
Right. Yeah, it could tip him over. I'm going to say no, but I'm going to ask Aunt B and she's going to agree with me.
Right. Oh, Bonnie. Oh, I don't know, Bonnie. That's my Aunt B. Gosh, Kingpin. Yep, I need my bullet.
Well, I'm gonna say one thing to tease it here. Rob, you're right. There are events that make the Kingpin snap.
Excellent.
Mark your words.
Mark my words.
Excellent.
Nice.
Mark my words doesn't quite have the weight when you've already seen it.
It doesn't matter.
It kind of does.
Mark them.
When I say mark my words, it's because I've come up with a crazy theory. If you know, mark my words.
I don't know.
You've already seen it.
Well, first off, I'd put him up to it, but just because you're wrong about Lucy Lawless, you should not denigrate his words.
She is in. Wait till you see this. She is in the Ash versus the Evil Dead series. Just wait till they do a Marvel Zombies series with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. And Lucy Lawless comes back as a Deadite on Marvel Zombies Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Just you wait.
Mark your words.
Mark
never going to happen.
My words.
There you go.
That's a mark my words right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, it does not denigrate Alil's mark his words because actually he's seen it and I kind of put him up to it. So
all right. Alil, you just phoned a friend. You got saved.
Markham.
Toby Markham?
Sure.
Yeah, why not? Did we talk this one out? Oh, Foggy walks out. He doesn't make all nicey nice either.
No.
So he walks out. Obviously, that's got to turn around. There's no way that, okay, that's it. Foggy and Nelson are over and they're not going to be friends. No. They're going to come back into the fold again, but we might have an episode or two of tenseness. They better get back together quickly. We only got 3 episodes. But I think Foggy's going to see the light pretty quickly. How about that? Speaking of see the light, when he's trying to describe what he sees, he's like, so you're not blind? I get it. I know. World on fire. I loved that little drop right there. Because we've seen it. But how could he possibly conceptualize a world on fire unless you've watched the show? Foggy needs to binge this out and then he'd understand.
That's right. And the other little thing I liked was the city needs me in that mask, Foggy. And all I could think of was the movie where Jack Nicholson is they need me on that wall.
What?
When he's talking to Tom Cruise.
You can't handle the truth.
That's it. Yeah, that one. You can't handle the truth. And there he's talking about they need people like him on the wall.
Where's the impression? Come on.
I'm not doing an impression.
They need people like me on that wall. You can't handle the truth. See, that was pretty good. Thank you. Hello, where's your impression? You can't handle the truth.
Beavis.
That sounded more like Harrison Ford. You can't handle the truth.
That's your Harrison Ford.
Thank you.
Get off my plane.
Get off. Ooh, Jack, good one. Good pull.
Yes.
We really don't have to do the impression. We just say a line they say. That's it.
That's right.
Want to hear my Foggy?
Sure.
Are you even really blind? See? Can you read my mind?
That's awesome. See, here's the thing. We know the impressions are great, but we do them anyway. And that's why I love this.
I think art great
is
an understatement, man.
Hey, be loud, be proud. You know, that's
there
what
you go. That's what we should have called this podcast.
There's it.
I'm loud. Get over it.
That's it. All I can say now is Nuff Said.
Excellent. So is that it? Did we actually end?
I think we did.
That's it. Well, let's just wrap it up. Do we need to go through all of our stuff? These people are already fans. Thank you, subscribers on Patreon. That's what we need to do. Thank you guys so much. I'm going to be sad when this is over, these Patreon shows. I don't know. We'll have to figure out something to do. And we've committed to this instead of doing our summer series. So we'll kick the summer series in August.
Right.
But we wanted to do this for you and try to get these out. So thank you guys so very much. We talked about in the last episode or in the beginning of this one about the Live at the Blue Box stuff. We do that live on, it's on YouTube Live. It's on Google Hangout, I think, or Google Plus. I don't know what they call it there. Meerkat. We're going to be on Periscope, and we're on Twitch too. So if you want to see kind of what we're doing there, just type in Southgate Media Group on Saturday nights between 6 and 9 Central, and you'll see This Week in Geek and then all sorts of stuff. We did a mini-con, a little micro-con this week. It went great. We're kind of doing another one this week. We've got more people. It's going to be awesome. Cool. So, and then August 1st, tune in for the podcast marathon, 12 hours. We're doing a fundraiser for a kid in Elgin that has, he's an autistic kid that has stage 4 brain cancer.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, so watch it. It's going to help build awareness. Tweet it out there. Support us that way. If you want to do it financially, there will be places you can donate. It's going to this family. But really, we want to try and draw as much awareness to this as we can. We're only a small portion of it. A lot of other podcasters from the community have jumped in and wanted to be in part of it. We're kind of at a point where we have to turn people away, which is pretty crazy. So definitely join in on that. And that'll all be on all those social media things too. So I think that's it. OL, plug your thing. You got 2 shows. Plug them.
Okay. Sorry, you caught me off guard. Yes, I'm on the League of Geeks podcast, and that's Geeks with a Z. And also we started Sports Geeks, and that's also Geeks with a Z as well.
And 2 S's, just so you're clear on that.
There's not 2 S's.
Sports Geeks with a Z. Gotcha. Bam.
Yeah, you're right. All right, fine. Well, it's not Sport Geeks, so it's just, yeah. All right, fine. You are correct. 2 S's.
There's no I in team, but there is me.
Right.
All right, Ian, you could follow both shows at Sports Geeks on Twitter or at LOGEEKZ on Twitter for the League Geeks as well.
Awesome, and they're both great shows. I don't know anything about sports, but it's fun to listen to you guys. You and Sean are really good on there. Steve is really good. Don't tell him I said that. And yeah, it's all good. All good stuff. Other Steve is a little weird, but
well,
is he the Canadian one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. They got a Canadian on there, Jack.
Man, we need a Canadian. Get rid of a Lil and get a Canadian.
A Lil is a Canadaroon, so he's 1/8 Canadian.
Take off, eh?
No, we don't have time to go into that. You know what happened the last time we went into Bob and Doug McKenzie. It was a half hour of Bob and Doug McKenzie meet the werewolf. We're not doing that tonight. All right. And Jack, what do you want to plug?
You know what? I'm going to tell you to go to www.southgatemediagroup.com, and I've got podcasts on there, and it's your job to find them.
Nice. Wow. You know what? If they go to your bio page, it should have a link to each of the podcasts. And most important thing I'm going to say about that is you haven't done much with it yet, but you have Trumpet Talk. So Jack is quite a trumpet player, believe it or not.
He sure blows.
Yeah, he's pretty amazing. Just as that guitar player. And his blog and his podcast, really cool. And I think, do we have a very special episode coming up?
Yes. And yeah, one thing is I'll have my website up very shortly. I've got the domain. I've got the pages kind of worked out, and there'll be links to the blog from there. There'll be videos, and yes, there will be in a interview with jazz legend Ira Sullivan.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait to hear that. That's going to be awesome.
So yeah, that was very exciting. It was actually last night after my truck got totaled on the Florida Parkway.
Yeah, that's crazy. I saw that.
Yeah,
but you're all right and everything's okay, right?
The tripod did not survive. I was spinning so fast, the tripod ejected from my truck.
Wow.
And while I was sitting there, like, trying not to lose my lunch in the seat because I'm spinning so fast, like, somebody threw the tripod back through the broken glass of my rear window.
Wow.
I'm like, oh, that's why I can hear everybody so easily inside the car.
Crazy.
Yeah, it was wild.
Wow.
I have to say.
All right, let's end it. And we didn't say it last time, but we might as well say it. That's it, everybody. Nuff said.
Nuff said.
Nuff said.